The planet was beautiful from up here in orbit. The white clouds coalescing over the greens and browns of continents, then sliding to reveal the striking blue of the ocean. From up here, Kane could not see the ugliness of corporate greed, but he knew it all too well. The ultra-wealthy and elite had conspired to send the poor and underprivileged into space, dubbing them pioneers. Kane's great-grandparents had been among them. Tales of low food and barely enough air and water to live were burned into his memory. The ore hauler, the siren song he piloted, was filled with thousands of tons of tungsten refined from asteroids in the system. His manifest showed a delivery to the shipyard in orbit, but his plan was different. He had seen firsthand the efficacy of a 100-ton kinetic strike from orbit. He was curious what would happen to the cities below as he fired up his engines to just under warp speed. That was another entry in our Distress Signals Flash Fiction series. I hope you enjoyed that. The prompts for today that we used were Judge and Humanity. And the other prompt was Gravity Well or Vortex Takes Hold. I'm DV. I am your humble GM and adventurer. And today we're going to be playing a little bit of Mothership with Devin Valentine and Cade Zachary. Last episode, we met up with an old friend of Devin's, Mabez, and he had staged an ambush with our old rival. What was her name? Elena? And we were in the midst of our battle with them when the last episode finished. And now we will pick up where we left off with the remainder of this battle. Enjoy. So now it is Mabez's turn. Mabez, what is he going to do? Will he continue the fight with Eleno down? Devin is already down. He's thinking he might be able to finish this. Let's see. I think he's likely to continue the fight. Let's roll and see. If he gets over 25, he gets a 20. So he is going to move back and drag Eleno into the adjoining room. And he's going to use a med kit to basically stabilize her. And so I'm going to roll an instinct roll for him. He has an instinct of 39. He rolled a 00. Not only does he revive her, he uses a stim pack, which is a 1d. Let's see, is it 1d10? Or what, how much health does a stim pack give you? Yeah, 1d10 health. And he gave her freaking 10 health. She was down -4, so she's up to 6 health now. So she has been revived, and they're both in the other room. And it's now Eleno's turn. She is now up and at 'em with her stim pack. And so she's going to reach around the corner. She does get disadvantage. She's going to roll to attack. She got a 59, which is a miss. And it doesn't matter. She missed. So 59 is enough to know that she missed because she was going to get disadvantage anyway. So, so she fires once again, and it is a miss. And so now it is Devin's turn. Devin is unconscious. And now it is Cade's turn. Cade is going to shoot once again. He's going to try to shoot at Eleno, who is exposing herself. He's going to shoot combat. And he failed. He misses. Unfortunately, he fires, and he can't get all of the bullets strike her cover, and he can't get a good shot on her at all. And so now it is Mabez's turn. Mabez moves to on the other side of the doorway, so he also has cover. And this looks like a fight that we might not be able to win. Mavis is going to roll for his attack. He is excellent at attacking. Yes, that is a success. He's going to roll damage. He rolls a 5. So he shoots the tranq gun, and Cade has 2 AP from, or he's got his vac suit, which is 3 AP plus damage reduction of 2, and so the dart pings off the doorway and falls to the ground harmlessly. Cade is completely safe from that shot. So now it is Devon's turn. He is still unconscious. Way to go, Devon. Still unconscious. And Cade is going to move up to Devon, pull a stim pack from his pack, and inject Devon with the stim pack, hoping that it will revive him. And it does. Stim pack gives him 1d10 health, which will restore him most likely to full health. 10 health, yep, so he's back up to 20. It also reduces stress as well. So the stim pack gives him advantage to all rolls for 1d10 minutes. Oh, interesting, I didn't know that. And reduces stress by 1. So Devon's stress is back down to 6. So he gets advantage in his rolls now, which is great. And now it is Mavis's turn. Mavis is going to make his roll. 98, that's a miss. Mavis shoots at Cade. Cade drops down to the ground, and the dart flies harmlessly over him. Eleanor now likewise makes her shot. She fires at disadvantage, even though she has a stim pack. So I guess it cancels it out. So the disadvantage and advantage cancels itself out. She shoots, doesn't matter. She misses. She's terrible at fighting. How is she a bounty hunter? I don't know. She just is. And she is down to her last 2 shots, as is Mavis in their tranq guns. And so they'll have to take a turn to reload. So now it is Devon's turn. Devon is going to grab his laser cutter, and he is going to blast with the laser cutter. 31, that is a hit. So he shoots at Eleanor with his laser cutter. It does 1d100 damage, which will be a 11 damage. No, it's a 1d100, so that's a 47 damage. She is lasered in half. He just completely obliterates Eleanor altogether. She is completely just, it's disgusting. She erupts in a fountain of gore as this laser cutter just eviscerates her. And parts of her fall to the ground. And I think that is going to evoke a panic save from Cade, first of all, because, my god, how can you see that and not be affected by that? So Cade is going to make a panic save. So Cade, make a panic save. He fails. He gains 1 stress. Alright. He's anxious. Alright, so you rolled a 2. Oh my god, what does anxious do? What does anxious do? Anxious, where's the conditions at? Okay, here it is. So he gained a 2, which is, nervous. It said anxious, but it's nervous. So he gained 1 stress. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Alright, fantastic. So Cade gained an extra stress. Now it is his turn to roll. No, it's Devon's. Yeah, it's Cade's turn to roll. He's going to go ahead and fire at Mavis. He has no attachment to Mavis at all. Oh shoot, he has to reload. Alright, so he reloads. Basically that's his move. So, well, he gets 2 moves. He gets a move and an action. So he's going to use his move to reload. Now he's going to attack. And he's going to attack Mavis. And that's a failure. So, yeah. That sucks. So he gained another stress. What does that put him up to stress-wise? 8. Okay, that's not great. Okay, so now it is Mavis's turn. Mavis is going to roll a panic check. He is got an instinct of 39, so he rolls a 57, which is a fail. I know you're supposed to roll against stress, but NPCs don't have stress, so he rolls a 57. And what is he going to do when he panics? Let's go back to the panic chart. Let's roll a d20. He gets a 5. He's a coward now. He must make a fear save to engage in violence, otherwise he flees. Just like Devin, which Devin has not been doing. Again, I forgot. Dang it. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 stress from that because he's fired twice. And I forgot to do his cowardice both times. And that's a pain in the butt. Cowardice is. He really needs to get therapy to get that taken care of. Alright. Eleanor's out of the fight. She is completely obliterated. And so Mavis, he panicked. He is now a coward. He's going to try to make a save to attack. Otherwise he flees. And he's got to get better than a 39. He does not. Mavis flees from the room and takes off running. So now Devin and Cade have to make a decision. Should they pursue him and finish him off? He's an old friend of Devin's, but he's betrayed us. If we don't finish him, he's going to try to hunt us down. So I think we're going to try to have to finish him. So he is now at short range. We're going to say he's in the back of the adjoining room. Devin is going to move into the doorway. The laser cutter can, in fact, shoot long distance. However, I remember now that I have to make a fear save in order to attack. Plus, his laser cutter is recharging. He'll have to use his revolver if he's going to fire. So let's go ahead and make a fear save, and that's a fail. So he is going to take a stress. He's taking a fear save, and he is going to take cover behind the doorway. He couldn't bring himself to shoot his friend. Cade, unfortunately, or fortunately, does not suffer from the same. He moves up to the next doorway, and he's going to attack Mavis as well. Mavis is retreating. Critical failure. No! So he shoots. Look, it's a 33, which is the same as his thing. Oh, it's got to be lower. He shoots, and unfortunately, his gun, being an SMG as it is, jams, and he's going to have to spend a turn reloading next turn, or clearing the jam, unfortunately for him. Okay, so now it is Mavis's turn. Mavis he drops his trank gun at this point, and he pulls his SMG, and he's going to make a save to see if he can attack. He is a coward now. He succeeds in his coward roll, and he's going to roll his attack. Oh my gosh, that's an excellent move. And he gets a success. He's going to fire at Cade. Cade does have cover, an AC of 2. And so he gets 2d10 for his damage, which is a 9, reduced by 2, which is a 7, reduced by 3. So he's going to take 4 damage. And his armor is being reduced to 2. Okay. So now it is Devin's turn. Devin once again is trying to overcome his fear. 92. He fails again. Of course he does. And he's getting incredibly stressed out. He continues to cower behind the door frame. He can't bring himself to attack his friend. Cade has no such qualms. He's going to attack with his SMG, but he can't. He has to clear the jam. So he loses his turn. He is going to take full cover behind the doorway. Both of them have full cover. And so now it's Mabiz's turn. If Mabiz wants to attack us, he has to come through the doorway because we're both behind full cover. And I feel like he is unlikely to do so. But let's roll and see. He's unlikely. I have to get above a 75. And he does. He gets a 75. He moves up. He creeps up. Stalks up to around the corner to see if he can get a shot. And does he chicken out? Fear save? Yes, he does chicken out. He runs back towards the back of the room. He couldn't bring himself to peek around the corner, and he is unable to attack us. So that's going to be a coward's standoff here. Devin is going to roll his fear save. Can he do it? No. Once again, too scared to take the shot. He continues to get more and more stressed out. And Cade is going to attack as well. He gets a success. One shot, 2d10 damage. That is a 9. That is, see, Mabiz has AP of 7. Now it's down to 6. And he does 2 damage to Mabiz. Mabiz was not taking cover because he had snuck up to fire around the corner. So now Mabiz is going to take cover in the next doorway, just like Devin and Cade. And he's going to try to make an attack. First, his fear save. He succeeds in his fear save. He's going to make his attack roll. 61, unfortunately, is a miss. He fires his SMG. He's got, what is it, 6 shots with the SMG? Or 5 shots. He fires his SMG at Cade and just hits the wall harmlessly. All right. Wow, this is intense. Whew. Devin, now, can you make your fear save? No. Devin is just going to continue to build stress and build stress. He can't seem to bring himself to make the attack. It's all up to Cade. Cade's going to roll an attack. Critical failure once again. His SMG is a piece of junk, and it jams once again. And he's going to lose his turn. But he is going to go ahead and take cover, full cover. And Mabiz, is Mabiz going to continue the fight? I'm going to say it's unlikely at this point. I think he might make a run for it. Unless he gets over a 76. No, he does not. So Mabiz decides to exit out of the room, and he makes a run outside into Arya. And so now it is Devin's turn. Devin's going to go ahead and make his move. He runs up to the doorway that Mabiz left through, and he's going to try to overcome his fear. He succeeds in his fear save finally, and he's going to make his attack roll, which is not great. 45. 76. He takes the shot, and he hits right there next to Mabiz. Like, he doesn't do damage to Mabiz, but the blast of the laser cutter is such that it trips Mabiz up, and he falls to the ground. And so now Cade runs up, and he is going to take his shot once again as well. Another critical failure, and that is his gun uses 2 shots instead of just 1. Like 2 bursts come out, and he misses as well. Now it is Mabiz's turn. Mabiz is going to continue to run. He is out in the open now. He does not have any cover. And so he is going to use one of his moves to stand. And then he's going to use his other move. So now he's still at short range. And so it is now Devin's turn. Devin can shoot at long range. He's going to stay where he's at. Going to make a fear save. Fail. Big surprise there. Oh, and I didn't use up his ammo here as well. He's got to recharge. So he is going to continue to cower in fear. That cowardice is such a pain. Now it is Cade's turn, but he has to clear the jam once again. No, he used 2 shots instead of clearing the jam. So he's going to go ahead and fire. Dang. Misses again. Actually, I'm going to say he does get a hit. You can sometimes fail forward in Mothership, and this is really starting to drag out. So I'm going to try to bring this to a conclusion. He fires. He does get a hit, and it completely obliterates the submachine gun that Mavis was carrying. So now he is unarmed, except for his trank gun. And so now it is Mavis's turn. Is he going to run, or is he going to try to surrender? Let's say... I don't think he's going to be able to get far if he runs, because he doesn't have a ship, but Eleno has a ship, and I presume that he knows where Eleno's ship is. So let's roll a 50-50. Over 50, he surrenders. Under 50, he makes a run for it. Okay, it's under 50. He continues to make a run for it. He's going to make a instinct save here. His instinct is 39. He gets a 35, so he gets out to long range with his sprint that he makes. And now it is Devin's turn. Devin can shoot long range. Devin's going to make a fear save. And he succeeds. Devin! Roll, Devin, roll. Come on, Devin. You got this. 42! He aims his laser cutter. And he clenches his teeth because he doesn't want to do it. But he knows if he doesn't, that this will never end. And he rolls a massive amount. 76 damage. Completely obliterating any recognizable aspect of Mavis. Mavis is completely and utterly destroyed in a gore, splash of gore, and it causes Devin an additional stress from that. Actually, he's going to go ahead. He's going to roll a panic save, I think. He thought he was mentally prepared to do it, but he wasn't. And he gets an 11. Oh no. Another panic condition. He's suspicious for the next week whenever someone joins the crew, even if they only left for a short period of time, make a fear save or gain 1 stress. Okay. Wow. For the next week, he is now suspicious as well. Dang. Okay. Actually, I can roll advantage. Hold on. I forgot I could roll advantage. Let's roll again and see if he gets... Okay, he's still got... he still failed. So, but he should just gain a stress instead of gaining suspicious, because you get to take the best condition. So he's not going to be suspicious. He's just going to gain another stress. All right, so that's better. That's still better at least. All right, so he's now up to 14 stress. Holy cow, that was crazy. And so, I guess probably Cade should make a panic check too, seeing someone completely obliterated like that. So we'll go ahead and roll panic for him. Success. Okay, fantastic. So Devin and Cade are both shaken up from that. And they go and check the bodies. What's left of them. Eleno just has her tranquilizer gun, and does she have an SMG as well? She doesn't with her. She only has her trank gun. And so she was not a very good bounty hunter at all. And so she doesn't have anything of worth. And so they go and they check Maba's, and he has an extra 2 clips from his SMG. So they're going to go ahead and give that to Cade. His SMG, of course, is destroyed. He's got the trank gun. It still had 2 shots. So we'll go ahead and give that to Devin. We're going to do a little bit of searching here from this place, and it is indeed abandoned. Like that was true. They do find Mabuz's salvage ticket here too. Oh, so whatever we can salvage from here, we can keep and sell. And so Cade goes ahead and starts pumping that fuel into a container. He's going to take all 6 fuel that they can then go and sell. And Devin is going to go ahead and make his way to an adjoining. Let's walk in the direction of that Mabuz was running. Do we see another landing pad or some location that could hide Eleanor's ship? I think it's likely. So anything above 25. And no, we do not see it. And so he kind of looks around a little bit, and he does not see where her ship was parked, despite searching around. And then Cade comes and finds him and tells him that the fuel was loaded up. And so do we want to try to search for anything here? I feel like we probably should give a little bit of a search. However, I, the player, know that there's a possibility we'll run into one of those Hellkites. And both of them are, well, they're not really wounded, are they? A little bit wounded, but not too bad. Why is he at 4? He's supposed to be at 16. He took 4 health off, not 4. Not down to 4 health. Okay. So, well, what should we do? What should we do? Let's go ahead and search a couple of these buildings. All right. So let's try to find a med bay of some sort. This is a psychological research facility. So let's go into the first building that we come to. Is this building a medical building? Let's see what it is. Districts are sections of a large city that can be explored, much like a derelict or a vault. Okay, so we're going to say, what is this first building? It could be one of these types. Let's roll a D100. It is an 88, a production building. Okay, and what kind of production building? 50. Processing or refinement plant. Oh, so probably they're making some sort of psychological drugs here in this particular facility. So they walk into the building, and what do they see inside of here? What's the main feature here? 20. Elevated walkways. So there's catwalks that go all the way around this building. It's kind of like a large factory with lots of different drug processing and packaging machinery in here. Inside of this peril chart, all right, well, let's roll a d6 because that's how we roll. If it gets peril, it is a peril. What kind of peril do we find here inside this room? 66. Livestock on the loose. Oh no. There's no livestock. You know what that means. It's freaking Hellkites. What kind of Hellkite is it? Let's roll and find out. A 27, it's a dust fly. So the dust flies are on the loose. So when we are kind of looking around in here, we hear a buzzing sound. And how many dust flies are there going to be? Let's find out. Is it a swarm or is it individuals? We're going to give it a 50-50% 50% chance. If it's a swarm, it'd be over 50. Oh my god, it's a huge swarm. It's a 99. As we're poking around, coming up from behind one of the machines and inside the machine, all around this machine, a seething mass of Hellkite workers come out, and we hear this scratching and chittering sound and then a buzzing as they fly out from this machinery. Oh my gosh. 3d10 damage per round if they engulf us. They're immune to small arms. Flamethrowers and explosives hold it at bay. Holy crap. I think we're gonna make a run for it. We're not gonna try to fight this thing at all. So Devin and Cade are going to both run out the door when they see this swarm coming, and we're going to say, can they block this door in some way? I'm going to say it's likely because they're just bugs, right? They probably can't open the door or anything like that. So let's roll anything over a 25, and no, of course, they get a 5. Of course they can't. So they close the door and they make a run for it, but they hear that the swarm instead finds some other exit, some windows perhaps, or some other way to escape the room, and they are buzzing en masse, trying to catch up to us. And so let's roll an opposing speed check. For Devin gets a 95, he fails. And the swarm gets a 54. They also fail, but they do better. So they go from long range to close range. Oh my god, we gotta get the heck out of here. We don't want to be here. Alright, so Cade is going to make another move, and Zachary, of course, he gets a 53, so he fails. And so he go ahead, he can stay at long range unless they succeed. They get a 7, they succeed. They're now at close range. They're getting closer. The Hellkite swarm is seething and swarming, and they can smell their enemy. Except Cade and Devin run past this massacred body of Mabas. Are the Hellkite swarms attracted to Mabas instead of them? It says they're attracted by the smell of carcasses. So, yeah, I'm going to say that's likely. So unless they get below a 25. Oh my god, they did get below a 25. Okay, so they are going to continue to pursue Devin and Cade. They're at close range. Devin gets a 00. That's fantastic. That means that he not only can get past long range, he makes it into the ship, and they are able to close up the ship. And let's see what the swarm does. They get a 91. They failed. They're still at long range. So Devin and Cade say, trick this, yo. They fire up the ship, and they take off from Aria, never to return again. My god, that place is terrible. And so they fly back to Siesta 3 without any trouble, with several barrels of fuel loaded up on board, and they demonstrate to Vasco that they have this fuel, and he says he could probably give them some money for it. It costs 1,000 credits per fuel tank. Let's see what we get as a percentage of that. So if it's 1,000 and we got 6 fuel containers, that would be 6,000 credits. And let's see what we get. We're going to roll a percentage roll. And whatever we roll, that's how much percent of that 6,000 credits we get. 80%. Fantastic. So we get a total of 4,800 credits from the fuel that we were able to Get. That puts me at 15,385. That's fantastic. All right. So we were able to finally get that done, and we killed the bounty hunter. And so we don't have an active bounty hunter on our tail anymore. However, I will say that probably other people are going to continue to be a risk for us. So we'll have to keep that in mind, that, we're not safe. We just won't have an active bounty hunter searching for us at the moment. We'll see. Maybe something else will change in the future. But for now, we're going to say that no active bounty hunter is pursuing us. And so I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure and hit that like button. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.